Hey y'all, welcome back. Week 10 here. It is our bye week. Not much to go over as there's not any kind of like bye week scenarios on this Madden. So we'll kind of just skip ahead real quick, get into some of the drafted prospects, and get into the game. One thing to note, it looks like the Steelers did edge out the RedWolves for a victory, so that puts them one more game ahead of us in our division chase. Speaking of having the first pick, let's hop over into the mock draft where we can kind of see what the board looks like about 2/3 of the way through the NFL season. We have the Saints looking to take a quarterback, Cecil Mahogany. We'll kind of scroll down and see where they project the Regulators to end up and who they have us taking. So it looks like we are taking a defensive tackle. We'll hop over to the prospects and check some of them out, go through some of the positions. Our team needs our quarterback, linebacker, left end, tight end, and defensive tackle. As far as the quarterbacks go, this class only has a couple good ones. Cecil Mahogany, the projected first pick of the first round, 6'4", 221 out of Syracuse. Looks to be an archetype of improviser. Bo Bowie, also a top 5, top 10 pick. He's 6'5", 226 out of Oregon. And then a late second, maybe early third rounder is John Moxon out of Howard. The speedster of the quarterback class is Trevor Falk out of Florida State. So I know we need a quarterback, but I don't see us moving up into the top 5 to grab one of these guys. Moxon could be our guy, but he seems to be more of a project quarterback. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see. As far as some of the running backs go, there's Ismail Jordans out of Miami, George Faulkner from USC. Those two are the elusive back types. Some of the other projected first or second rounders are Terrence Cheeks out of Minnesota, Ryan Alston from Sam Houston, and Rel Cross out of UTSA. So this class has 5 running backs projected in the top 50 to 75. A couple more to round out the top 100 would be Ed Baskett and Greg Wilbur. And then scrolling down even further, some of the day 3 guys. There's Salem Steele, Daniel Bird, Bang Bang Tops Bottom. Possibly one of those guys we end up taking with one of our day 3 picks. As far as receivers go, not really a need for us. Our core is pretty young. Justin Jefferson, Michael Wilson, and Jalen McMillan. A pretty solid core of 3 and all pretty young. But nonetheless, some of the players we could be facing in the future. Cliff Bolden out of Miami projects to be the top pick, while Trey Duke out of UCF is the other first round, for sure first rounder. Couple more first to second rounders. There's Roscoe Dynamite out of the Ohio State, Mecky Moss out of Middle Tennessee State, LaShawn Stewart, Michigan State, Cesar Martinez from Missouri. There's also Jimmy Calhoun from LSU, Tyreek Bonson, Oregon, Roman Chambers from Alabama, Roll Tide, Trey Hall from Florida State, and James Creighton from ECU. round out the 50 to 100 player draft range. The last group we'll talk about today is tight end. Our tight end's Chig, so we don't really need a starting, but we could use a possible pick to draft a decent backup. There's one top 50, that is Dan Bloomberg from North Carolina. He's a vertical threat. Deontay Wakefield's out of Louisville. He's a possession tight end. And there's Zach Lidge out of Oklahoma State. Remy Snow, Deion Winston, Greg Sample, Adam Moore, and Kevin Wilford are all late day 2s, possible early day 3 picks. As far as standings go, in the AFC, the Jets are the number 1 seed so far. They're also the best record in the NFL at 9-1. The Titans sit at 8-1. Steelers are 7-2, leading the AFC North. And then the Raiders and Chiefs share a tie for the AFC West, while the Raiders actually own the tiebreaker, beating the Chiefs just a few weeks ago. The Texans and Jags are 6-4 and are currently tied for the 7th seed in the AFC. But there are quite a few teams, the Chargers, ourselves, and the Broncos, all in the mix, it seems, for that 7th seed. Now, the playoff picture doesn't release until week 13, but we're just a few weeks away, so every win is definitely going to matter. As far as the NFC goes, the Panthers, Eagles, and Giants all share a record of 7-3. Rams, Vikings, and Seahawks are 5-4. RedWolves are 6-5. RedWolves have already played week 11, so we will see how that kind of shakes out as the rest of the teams get through. But as it looks right now, similar to the AFC, the NFC is pretty top heavy with 3 7-3 teams all fighting for the number 1 seed, and then everyone else is kind of clustered at the 5-4 to 5-5. There's 5 teams right there, so still a lot to sort out. But as the playoffs get closer and closer, every win matters, every loss makes it harder. So let's have a look at the 1-9 Saints and see why they are so bad. For starters, they have probably the best defensive line. They have Nick Bosa on the left, Vita Vea in the middle, and Aiden Hutchinson on the right. Corner Jamel Dean, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah as their right outside linebacker. Other members of the secondary, Jaquan Brisker and Andre Cisco. They went very defense heavy as, 6, 7 of their top 8 to 9 players are defense. They are led by none other than Derek Carr. Austin Eckler and Bucky Irving are in the backfield. And outside, Chris Godwin, T. Higgins, Michael Thomas. The tight end is Juwan Johnson. Couple hometown Saints for the hometown team. Guyton at left tackle. Shaq Mason. Pretty meh line. Offensive line, that is. Jack Campbell, middle linebacker. Kool-Aid McKinstry is the other corner. And yes, they are projected to have the first pick as they are currently rocking the worst record. So the Regulators are going to start with the ball. Barrios is going to take the kickoff and flip about the 24-yard line. Out comes Russ, Mr. Unlimited. Russ having a pretty mediocre season, 11 touchdowns, 11 picks. Goal today for Russ. No turnovers. Henry's going to take the handoff to the right. He's got nothing but room. 9 yards. Great first run for Henry. I think that's going to be the key today. Let's get Henry started. Rely on him. Get some of this play action going. Speaking of play action, Russ. It's going to be handoff to Eckler up the middle for 5. Now he's going to come out, empty shotgun, hard count it, and let's see, did he draw him off or was it false start? False start on the offense. So here on 2nd and 10, they're going to come out in the same formation, empty shotgun. Just do a little curl route to Juwan Johnson, and that's going to be enough for the first down. That was too easy. So fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 43. Carr's got Eckler in motion. Oh, he's going to hit him on the out route. A nice pickup of 8. Here on 2nd and 2nd. Single back formation, 2 tight end set. Eckler gonna get just enough. David could not get to him fast enough. So 1st and 10 here for Derek Carr, who's in shotgun. He tries a quick snap again. He's gonna stand back in the pocket, got plenty of time. Find Chris Godwin over there on the left, and Poyer cannot bring him down. Godwin's gonna take off, pick up plenty of yards. Get the Saints inside the red zone where he's brought down at the 14. So with the fresh set of downs, Eckler takes the handoff here to lose 1 yard. Now we have a 2nd and 11. Carr remains in shotgun, and he's going to find Juwan Johnson on the corner route. That's going to be a touchdown for the Saints. The Saints come marching in. Clean pocket, clean look for Carr, who had all day. So it was just a matter of time before he found the wide open tight end. That's going to put the Saints on the board first, 7-0. Nice drive there by Derek Carr. 7 plays, 73 yards, and a touchdown. So out comes Derrick Henry, who is 2nd on the leading rusher board, 4 touchdowns in the NFL, right behind Bijan. First and 10, you know what it is. Henry's going to take the handoff. Bosa will stop him for a minimal gain of 2. Now the Regulators are going to try a trick play here with a wide receiver reverse to Justin Jefferson. He's only able to pick up 3, and just like that, Regulators face a 3rd and 5. Russ is going to look at the left side and find Jonathan Mingo, who hauls it in for a first down. He's got the Regulators up to the 41-yard line. So on first down here, it's going to be Derrick Henry, who's going to have plenty of room, but he runs right into his blockers. He's able to pick up 4. So now we got play action here, and Justin Jefferson with a drop. Even superstars sometimes can make bad plays, as that's going to leave the Regulators in 3rd and 6. With Michael Wilson in motion, Russ is going to look for Chigoziem Okonkwo on the drag route, and Chig's going to have the Regulators moving down to the 34-yard line. So here on first down, Russ is under center. He's IDing some mics, and he's ultimately going to hand off right up to Henry, who just takes it for 15 yards. That was right down the defense. They had nothing to stop him. That will draw an end to the first quarter. Jawan Johnson and the Saints are up 7-0, but Chig has the Regulators moving. We'll see if the Regulators can finish this drive with a touchdown. They are in the red zone here at the 19. Russ stays under center. He's going to do play action to Henry, and he's going to try and force it on into Justin Jefferson, where it's swatted down. Nice play by the defense. As on second down, Russ finds Jefferson on the drag route for a nice pickup of 5 yards. So another third down here for Russ. So far he's 2 for 2 on this drive. It's going to be a screen play here for Corum, who's going to try and cut upfield, but ultimately he's brought down by the defense, and the Saints get the stop and hold the Regulators to 3 as they maintain a 7-3 lead now. Regulators come back out on defense here. Try and get a better series than our last one. So Carr and shotgun right over the middle. He's going to find the backup tight end with a catch. First and 10. Carr under center, just going to hand it off there to Eckler, who is swallowed up in the backfield. Jordan Poyer with the TFL. As on 3rd and 9, finally some pressure by the Regulators. B.J. Ojulari going to bring down Carr for a 10-yard loss and the stop. So the offense is back with the ball as Russ finds Chig on first down, and Chig picks up 10, almost another set of downs. So on 2nd and inches, Russ is going to drop back and try and look for Justin Jefferson for the curl route, who overthrows him. So it's 3rd and inches, and it's no other than King Henry, who's got wide open room on the left. Henry picks up 15 plus on 3rd down, and he is now in the zone. And Russ will just throw that one away on first down as he was being hurried. About 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Henry's going to take the counter play, and he's got another set of fresh downs. Oh, no, he's going to be inches short. It's going to be 3rd and inches as the Regulators go no huddle. Russ calling everyone back up to the line. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback this time, Juszczyk, and he's got a lot of yards. He picks up 10 plus, and now the Regulators have a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, JJ in motion. He's going to take the sweep. He's got grass too, and that's another pickup of 13. The Regulators' last 3 runs, all 10 plus carries, as they are now knocking on the door for a touchdown. Here on 1st and goal, It's an RPO where Russ is going to throw it out to JJ, who's tackled for a loss. 2nd and goal now. Regulators come out in goal line and go straight up to the King, who walks in untouched for a Regulator touchdown. Derrick Henry putting the Regulators on the board. Now with a 10-7 lead. A nice 9-play drive, 75 yards. Finished off there with 3 big runs. As now Carr has a minute and 40 seconds to try and lead the Saints down the field. Here on first, he's going to find Juwan Johnson over the middle, who breaks a tackle by Levante David. He picks up 9. Carr actually pressured on that one too. So the Regulators finally starting to get a pass rush, as on 2nd and 1, here's another pass rush, but Carr falls back a little bit further in the pocket, and he will just throw this one away. It's going to bring up a big 3rd and 1 here. Regulators still have all timeouts, so a stop here, they might be able to do something as well. Carr puts Eckler in motion. He's dropping back. He's going to hit him, but he's going to drop it. Christian Gonzalez gets in there to knock the ball out and give it back to the Regulators. As on first, Russ is got all day, but he gets knocked down by Villavea for an incomplete pass. 2nd and down, play action. Russ is actually rushed this time, gets it off to Justin Jefferson, but McKinstry's got great defense. 3rd down, Russ in shotgun again. This time he's going to get brought down. Huge sack by the Saints, as the Regulators didn't even burn any clock. So now they have a chance. Jamin Davis is going to hit Carr right as he throws. Almost called him Russell. So we got an incomplete pass. As on 2nd down, he's going to find Michael Thomas on the in route for 6 yards. Saints down to 1 timeout. It's 3rd and 4. It's going to be a catch. That's T. Higgins down to the 31. Clock is running, 30 seconds and less. Saints still have 1 timeout. Carr in shotgun. He's looking. He's going to hit Higgins again. Tackled down at the 17 by Logan Wilson. Saints finally call their timeout. They got 15 seconds. Carr looking, falling back, and just gets rid of this. He throws it away. Now there's 11 seconds left. What do you do if you're the Saints? They're going to call another play. Risking it for the biscuit. Carr's got all day. Oh, my gosh. But he's going to get picked. He's picked off by Christian Gonzalez. And the Regulators with a defensive stop. The Saints had 3, but Carr forces it in. And with that, that's going to end the half. Saints leaving 3 points off. Will go down trailing 10-7. We are going to kick off the halftime report out in Pittsburgh, where Herbert's Steelers are out to a 17-0 lead. Looks like the defense has 2 pick sixes, as Watson's completing the same amount of passes to both teams up to this point. Moving on out to Tennessee, where the passes have yet to be incompleted. Dak and Stroud are both 10 for 10, combining for 4 touchdowns. But it's the Titans that have a 21-7 lead. Finally, up in the Windy City, it's a defensive battle. Packers and Bears both 3-3. They have a combined 150 yards on offense, so hopefully no one started anyone in fantasy this week, because it looks like a snooze fest. As we take a look at our first half of play, our offense has done pretty well running the ball, breaking off some big gains. So I think we use that to try and set up some play action maybe, take some shots at the intermediate parts of the field. Defensively, we've been getting very little pass rush on Carr. He's carving us up. We're going to try and limit the deep stuff and keep the ball in front of us going into the second half. As on the first play, Carr's got a gain for 18. We're already back to normal. First down, Carr puts Eckler in a little bit of motion, and he's going to get the pass out to 83. Who's going to be stopped for 5 yards. So another no-rush play by the Regulators. Carr again, got somebody in motion. Looks like it's Eckler. And he's going to be standing back there, and he's going to hit Eckler on the in route. And Eckler's going to break a tackle. Eckler's got even more room down the left side of the field, and he's going to take that to the 14. What could have been a 5-yard gain turns into a gain of 40. As on first, the Saints go with a little wide receiver reverse action, but Patrick Peterson is all over that. So now we got 2nd and 9, but Carr tries to jump, and the Regulators call a quick timeout to save the penalty. So we'll try that again. Carr stays in shotgun. He's got all day. He's going to hit Eckler again, who breaks the tackle from David. But he's finally brought down for 7. So 3rd and 2 here. Can the Regulators get a stop? They will get the incomplete pass as Carr tries to hit Michael Thomas on the slant. Ultimately, the Saints decide to go for it as it's going to be Eckler up the middle, and he's going to get stopped. All sorts of people, Wyatt, David, Poyer in for the stop. The Regulators will end the drive at the 5 and take over. First down here, it's going to be a handoff for Henry, who's going to truck stick through Nick Bosa's tackle. The wrong Bosa brother. He's going to pick up 4 hard-earned yards. As on 2nd, he's going to pick up some more and get the Regulators out of safety territory. Derrick Henry, 9 carries for 80 yards. This seems like they should just keep feeding him. He breaks off chunk play after chunk play. As on 2nd down here, Justin Jefferson goes in motion. And Russ is going to find Derrick Henry in the flat, who breaks a tackle. The Regulators are up to the 30. So here on first, it's going to be a curl route out here to Michael Wilson, who picks up 10. Looked like he might have been a little hurt, but I think it was just the game acting. As on 2nd and inches, it's going to be Justin Jefferson to the 43. Nice pickup for JJ. Regulators offense is moving along fairly well. It's going to be a curl route, deep curl route for Justin Jefferson, who gets the catch, but penalty is holding on Landon Dickerson. So bring that back. That hurts. As on 2nd and 19 after the penalty, Russell floats it up there to McMillan, who gets leveled. And just like that, it's 3rd and 19. Play action now for Russ, who's trying to find Michael Wilson, but him and Justin Jefferson get tangled up. So the Regulators are forced to punt after what a promising drive was looking to be. Penalty really backed up the offense, as this punt will go out of bounds, or out of the back of the end zone, and to end the 3rd quarter. So the Saints drive down on their first drive, but go for it and get stopped. Regulators then look to be making a good drive, and a penalty forces them to punt. So each team with 1 possession through the 3rd quarter, and just like that, it's 4th quarter. Regulators lead by 3. On first down, it's going to be play action as Carr is going to find the defense. That's Jordan Poyer, who's going to come down with the interception at midfield. Poyer at the right place at the right time. Defense with a big takeaway, as both teams have been playing pretty clean today. You can see here he's just double covered and Carr's trying to force it. So here on first, it's going to be a handoff to Henry, where Dickerson misses the block on Jack Campbell. If he makes that block, Henry's still running. 2nd and 9 though. Jefferson catches the slant for a nice gain of 8. We got us a 3rd and 1 here, where you know it's going to be Derrick Henry time. Up the right side behind Zach Martin. That's a gain of enough for a first. Play action now, and Russ goes down. Campbell doesn't fall for the play action. A loss of 8. Now the Regulators got to work themselves out Corum's going to take the delay handoff here, and he's going to pick up 10. So he gets the sack yardage back and more. As on third down, it's going to be over the middle for JJ, but Jaquan Brisker knocks down the pass. So now the Regulators got to bring out Mr. Automatic, who looks to hit the 51-yarder right down the middle. He does that in his sleep. So the turnover turns into 3 points and a little bit more of a lead for the Regulators. Carr back again on offense. 5 minutes left in the fourth. He once again has all day, and he's going to miss Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas had a step. If he catches that, he probably scores. So the Regulators dodge a bullet. But on second down, Carr finds Juwan Johnson, who picks up enough for a first. Juwan Johnson is the man in motion here, where Carr's going to find Michael Thomas on the wheel route. He gets by one guy. He's going to outrun Poyer, and we got a Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas all the way to the house. Thomas was on a wheel route, and he gets by his man. I believe it was Patrick Peterson that he burned. Carr put it right on the money. Mike Thomas just outruns everybody else. So just like that, it's 3 plays and a touchdown. And now the Saints lead with 4 minutes to go. As here on first, Henry takes the handoff to the right. He's going to pick up 15, and he cracks 100 yards. But the Regulators are going to lose an offensive lineman. That looks like Cam Robinson, if I believe. So now they have the ball here. First down. It's going to be play action. Russ has got all day. He's flocking. He's looking. And he finds JJ right past the linebacker. Justin Jefferson picks up enough. Oh, I apologize. That was Deion Dawkins who went down, left tackle. So Russ is going to be under center here for first down. Henry's going to take the handoff. Henry's got room. He's going to truck his way for another first down. Another 11 yards. 15 for 111. Regulators are gashing this defense for rushing yards. So another fresh set of downs. Russ under center. They're in the jumbo package. They're looking to kind of chew the clock here. Touchdown kind of sets them up to pretty much being favored to win the game. But this first down carry goes nowhere. Jack Campbell comes in for the stop. And their defense is actually playing well. So that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 13-14 is the score. Regulators come out under center again. 2nd and 10. It's going to be a drop back. Henry's going to get the pass from Wilson, who trucks the defender. 5-yard pitch and catch for Henry. As a huge third down here. 3rd and 5, it's going to be a draw play, but the defense doesn't fall for it. And they're going to take a quick timeout. 1 minute left. Is it even a question? Aubrey puts the Regulators up by 2. But the defense now has to do their job, as it's only a 2-point lead. So Carr back. He's got all day. He finds Michael Thomas over the middle for a first down and a quick timeout. Trips here to the left for Carr, who's going to do some play action. He's got a man. It's Juwan Johnson. But Poyer brings him down in bounds. So Juwan Johnson makes the big catch. They're down to the 42, but he fails to go out of bounds. And the Saints have to burn their final timeout. There is 50 seconds left, but Carr's going to roll out here. Almost gets sacked. He was able to get the ball off, and that could have been disaster. As McLaughlin's lining up, or warming up. Saints here are going to get, oh, he's going to get sacked this time. It's 3rd and 16. They're going to go no huddle. Clock's ticking. They've got one chance. It's 3rd and 16. Carr's got all day. He's going to find Was that Higgins or Godwin? Looks like it was Godwin who's going to come down with it. And now the Saints have to run the field goal team out. Sammy Clausen goes for the ice. As this has been a wild sequence of events, the Saints are going to line up for a game-winning field goal after being sacked and getting a pass. So it all comes down to this. McLaughlin from 57. It's going to be blocked! Hughes comes around the corner, gets the block. Poyer with the scoop, and he will go. We got the ball game. Oh my God. The Saints line up for the game winner. Hughes off the corner. He gets the block. Poyer doesn't go down. He says it's a scoop and score. Bye-bye, Saints. Oh my Lanta. What a victory. What a finish. And the Regulators hold on to beat the 1-9 Saints. Not our best game by any means, but we'll take the victory. Carr leads the way, 303 passing yards, couple touchdowns. Russ rocking that 128. Not a great day. Carr ended up going 18 for 27. He did have 2 picks, but he had the long 61-yarder out to Michael Thomas. Russ 13 for 23. And that's about it. Nothing much else to speak of. He didn't have a touchdown. He didn't have a pick, so I guess that's a positive. But we go over to Henry with a 16 for 111, 7 yards average, 1 touchdown. Eckler 6 for 9. Yeah, they just threw the whole game, so they didn't really even try to run. Take a look. Justin Jefferson led the way. He had 6 for 66 for us. But Juwan Johnson, 6 for 73 and a touchdown. Eckler had 3 for 50. Mike Thomas had 3 for 78. Higgins and Godwin were only held to 2 catches apiece, so that's good to see that our star corners are limiting the main options for opposing teams. Zach Martin with 4 pancakes. He's pretty much our best offensive lineman. On defense, Cisco and Poyer, both safeties, racking up 9 tackles apiece. Campbell had 8. Jamel Dean had 5. Warner had 7. They were out here making tackles. Campbell was one with a sack along with Blackman, Boso, and Owusu-Koramoah split. So three sacks from their pass rush. We were able to limit Hutchinson to 0. As for ourselves, mentioned Poyer had 9. David and Peterson had 6 apiece. Poyer did have the pick and the blocked return. Otherwise, it was B.J. Ojolari for us who had both sacks. Besides him, I just feel like we weren't getting any pressure really at all, but maybe those 2 or 3 plays. Gonzalez with a pick right before half. That's kind of saved us. And then you already know, Mr. Aubrey stays automatic. 3-4-3. Week 12, we have another Thursday night football game against the Steelers. But we'll hop over to Players of the Week and Week 11. Our very own Poyer leads the way for the AFC Defensive Player, while Prescott and Lamar are offense, and Tre'Davious White for NFC Defense. Take a peek at the standings real quick. We're still 2 games behind Pittsburgh, so a win here really makes things interesting for us. As the Titans are 9-1, Jets lead the East at 9-2, and then the Chiefs have a 1-game lead in the West at 7-3. For the NFC, Panthers, Eagles, and Giants all tied at 7-3. with the Rams and RedWolves right behind them at 6-4 and 6-5. So the NFC definitely has a much tighter race, as it's pretty much clustered at the top, and there's still some teams down here at 5-5 that have a shot at making a wild card position. So we'll have to stay tuned to see how the last few weeks shape up for some of these teams. That'll be it for today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Until next time, Regulators, mount up.